Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. My name is Bud Mortensen. I'll be the MC for this afternoon. Welcome to our Celebrate Research Awards for 2016. Our program will, of course, include several award presentations, but I want to acknowledge a couple of members of the Board of Governors that had indicated that they would be here today, Dr. Michael Tresco, and I believe I saw Jeff in the room. Where's Jeff? Jeff Krupa. There he is. There's Jeff right here. Welcome. As well as our hosts for today's ceremony, and Dr. Cynthia Mathieson, our Provost and Vice Principal Academic, and Dr. Phil Barker, Vice Principal Research. Right over here. So this afternoon's award ceremony will, and the reception that follows, is just one of the many ways that we celebrate research and the importance of research, as well as its impact in the community. And last week, we hosted the School District Science Fair on campus. We had 300 students from School District 23 on campus that were sharing their research, and they are our future researchers within the university community. So thank you to those that participated in working with the school district in that initiative. And earlier this week, we had graduate students who were challenged to present their research in 3 minutes or less, and we're going to find out a little bit more about that in a moment. So thank you to everyone that organized activities around research and to everyone who attended those. At this time, I'm going to call upon our Provost and Vice Principal Academic, Dr. Cynthia Mathieson, to say a few words. Cynthia?
I love the clapping, and it's not even really for me. I love this event. It's really fabulous. The Deputy Vice Chancellor sends her regrets. I'm actually stepping in for her hosting this. She has a cold. Even great leaders can be felled by a virus. So thank you, Bud. As I said, it's a great honor for me to join you this afternoon to take part in this annual celebration of UBC Okanagan's most outstanding researchers. As we all know, this campus is rapidly developing as a center for innovative research with global implications and really significant regional impact. The individual researchers we will honor today, both faculty and students, are very much at the forefront of a positive trajectory we see for the campus, and it's difficult to overstate the significant impact of their contributions. UBC Okanagan is committed to continuing to build a research portfolio that is founded on excellence. This is among our most fundamental goals, given the simple truth that excellence in research is the surest maker of a truly great institution. It exposes our students to the latest thinking and newest discoveries in a given discipline. It helps the university and our campus grow its reputation, and in doing so, attract the best students, the best faculty, and the best staff from our region and around the world. Outstanding research provides real value to the communities we serve. Be it through internship placements by research students, work with governments and nonprofits, or the many hundreds of direct partnerships we have with industry, research at UBC Okanagan is having an impact in this region and beyond. Indeed, UBCO researchers have literally hundreds of local industry and nonprofit partners, and through these partnerships, your work is making a real difference in people's lives. As I mentioned, students are very much a part of the growing recognition of research excellence at UBC Okanagan. It is my pleasure now to call upon Dr. Miriam Grant, Vice Provost and Dean of the College of Graduate Studies, to come up and introduce one of our finest young scholars.
Thank you, Dr. Mathieson. The 3-minute thesis is a high-energy competition designed to foster effective presentation and communication skills for current grad students. Participants have just 3 minutes to explain the breadth and significance of their research project to a non-specialist audience. The 3MT competition was started in 2008 at the University of Queensland and is now held in over 200 countries across, 200 universities across 18 countries. UBC was one of the first universities in North America to host a 3MT competition in 2011. This is our third 3MT competition on this campus, and the College of Graduate Studies is very pleased to host this event. Our winner will go on to compete with winners from 16 other universities at the Western Regional 3MT competition. And I'm very proud to say that this year's Western Regional competition is hosted by UBC Okanagan and will take place Friday, April 29th, right here in the UNC Ballroom. Watch this space. So I want to congratulate all grad students who participated in 3MT this year. Your presentations have been a showcase of the outstanding and fascinating UBC research on our campus. We enjoyed presentations by finalists yesterday, and one student's 3-minute thesis was chosen as the best of the best. So let's go to the video right now.
The winner, and receiving $1,000 in recognition at the Research Awards ceremony on Friday, March 11th, and moving on to the Western Regional 3MT competition.
Show of hands, how many people are scared of public speaking? Turns out that about 41% of us are terrified of getting in front of others and speaking. Indeed, they say that there are three main fears in life: public speaking, death, and death by public speaking. Well, it also turns out that when people are stressed, like doing public speaking, they tend to do these physical repetitive patterns. So, for example, when I get stressed, I tend to do this one physical repetitive pattern that I myself, I don't even know that I'm doing it. It's very strange. I constantly, repeatedly touch my nose. I don't know why. You might say it's a physical habit. Well, around the turn of the century, a gentleman by the name of F.M. Alexander, who was a professional actor, had chronic laryngitis and discovered it was due to physical habits. When he fixed his physical habits, the chronic laryngitis went away. Well, we also have mental habits. A Duke University study in 2006 discovered that actually 40% of our decisions that we make are based on habits. Well, as a creative individual myself, I've always been curious. How do habits impact creativity? Lots of research on habits, lots of research on creativity, very little on how habits impact creativity. Now, you may be wondering, what does this all have to do with this fine gentleman crying on the screen? Absolutely nothing at all. Well, just a little bit. Let me explain. This is Gupta. I met Gupta a number of years ago in India, where he lives in a mud hut approximately the size of your bathroom in a slum on the outskirts of town. Gupta lives in extreme poverty. You might say that extreme poverty is a complex social problem, or a wicked problem, as described by Tom Ritchie in 2011. In order to tackle a wicked problem, you need creative problem-solving skills. However, what if habits impact creative problem-solving skills? That's where my research kicks in. I'm in the first year of my PhD, and I plan on using morphological analysis to study how complex problems are impacted by habits so that we can use creativity in order to be able to change people's lives, like Gupta's, for the better. Thanks very much.
So please join me, as you have, in congratulating the winner, Mike Unruh, who is a PhD student in interdisciplinary studies, and his supervisors are Dr. Ashok Mathur and Dr. Leanne Gabora. And unfortunately, Mike cannot be with us today. He won this while he had the flu. And as you noted, the top prize, which was presented, was $1,000. So congratulations to this year's 3MT competitors and to all of our finalists, including the runner-up prize winner, Survey Negbandi, a PhD student in interdisciplinary studies whose supervisor is Dr. Susan Crichton, and People's Choice Award winner, Megan Udala, a Master of Arts student in psychology whose supervisor is Dr. Paul Davies. I will now call upon Dr. Phil Barker, Vice Principal Research, to announce our Student Researchers of the Year. Thank you.
Thank you, Miriam. I am very pleased to be here this afternoon to present awards to our Student Researchers of the Year. Our university seeks to excel in research and training and to be leaders in discovery and scholarship, expanding knowledge through scientific, technological, social, cultural, and organizational innovation in Canada and beyond. Congratulations to everyone on the past year of innovative work and on the wonderful new collaborations we have seen within UBC and partnerships beyond the university. You make us proud, and you make this region proud. This afternoon, we honor two extraordinary student researchers, one undergraduate and one graduate student. I'm going to ask Dr. Mathieson to assist with the presentation in a few moments, so her job is not done yet. We introduced these student awards 2 years ago, recognizing the Undergraduate Student of the Year and the Graduate Student Researcher of the Year. Our Undergraduate Researcher of the Year will receive a $1,000 prize, and his name and those of other recipients will be on the master plaque commemorating these awards. The Undergraduate Student Award for Excellence in Research, or scholarly activity, in this case and scholarly activity, goes to the student in the School of Engineering's Bachelor of Applied Science program. Congratulations to Cameron Mcdermott. As a researcher under the supervision of Loic Markley and Ali Ahmadi, Cameron's work has led to a novel method for actuating small-scale droplets in lab-on-a-chip and microfluidic applications. For those not familiar with this technology, it is truly groundbreaking in an emerging field of applied science. It has great potential to advance the capabilities of lab-on-a-chip biomedical systems, potentially enabling the development of entirely new generation of biosensors for water quality management or early detection of infectious diseases. In fact, the novelty and importance of this work has been recognized by the prestigious journal Applied Physics Letters. This is the most cited journal in applied physics, and it recently accepted a publication paper co-authored by Cameron and Dr. Ahmadi and Dr. Markley. Let me congratulate the team on this significant achievement. Cameron spent countless hours in the lab building and testing prototypes, rigorously characterizing the electrical and magnetic responses of droplet motion. His supervisors say Cameron's work far exceeded their expectations for an undergraduate researcher. He was able to generate experimental results of such quality that they were worthy of publication in a very significant major physics journal. We're going to review a video about Cameron, and then I'll ask him to come up to the stage to receive his award.
The main thing that inspires me about the research I do is really being able to apply the concepts and things that I've learned in my lectures and classes towards a real-world engineering problem. It's really interesting being able to work in a laboratory and do hands-on work and get experience and do experiments and design your own research. Hi, I'm Cameron Mcdermott. I'm a second-year engineering student at University of British Columbia, Okanagan campus. The research we've been doing is in the field of microfluidics. We've been using magnetohydrodynamics to apply it to a droplet-based system. This work is the first of its kind because nobody has ever done droplet-based manipulation using this technique. Basically, we apply current and magnetic field to a droplet in order to manipulate it in the ways we want.
This project was unique in that we had a student who had just completed his first year working with us to develop innovative technologies in manipulating droplets. Cameron had taken a course with me in which he learned some fundamental equations and was able to apply them to a project on microfluidics.
The idea of integrating different laboratory procedures into a single lab-on-a-chip system is very interesting. However, in places with limited resources, it's very challenging to fabricate these devices. What Cameron has done is to use basic laws of physics and engineering and everyday material to fabricate a new generation of lab-on-a-chip systems.
When I first came here, I wasn't really expecting this at all. I was really just looking for a good experience and I was open to new opportunities, but I really wasn't expecting to be this involved with research and have this much success so far. I'm hoping this research will inspire others and help others maybe to do their own research and just help them with their own studies. I hope people can build off of the research, and even myself, I'm planning on working towards another project similar to this that expands on it and really focuses more on the applications of what I've done.
Cameron, can I ask you to come up to receive your award? Congratulations, Cameron. The award for excellence in research at the or creative scholarly activity at the graduate level, with a prize of $1,500, goes to a PhD candidate in biology in the Irving K. Barber School of Arts and Sciences. Please join me in congratulating Evelyn Jensen, our Graduate Student Researcher of the Year. Evelyn is an accomplished researcher, both in the lab and in the field. Her master's thesis work, completed in 2013, was prominently featured in the most recent status report on the western painted turtle, informing a critical tool governing conservation priorities for that species in Canada. That work resulted in 3 first-authored publications published in Conservation Genetics, Herpetological Conservation and Biology, and the Journal of Herpetology. She has then gone on to build an impressive foundation as a PhD candidate. Under the supervision of Michael Rousselot, Evelyn's PhD research focuses on the critically endangered Pinzon Galapagos tortoise. Her research has taken her to the Galapagos to study living tortoise populations, and in the lab she has analyzed crucial genomic information from museum specimens collected more than a century ago, prior to 1906, when the Pinzon tortoise population crashed. Her work combines historical DNA analysis with leading-edge genomic technologies, providing an unprecedented opportunity for investigating fundamental questions about the genomic consequences of rapid population decline and recovery. Let's learn a little bit more about Evelyn's research by watching the video.
In conservation, we could do a much better job of protecting species if we had a little bit more information about the species biology. And it can be really time-consuming and expensive to go and do field studies, or we can take just a few drops of blood, take that back to the lab and do some genetic work, which can tell us all sorts of things about the past of the species and information about the future. So the focus of my research is using genetic information to design conservation strategies for the Galapagos tortoises. One species that we're looking at in particular is the Pinzon tortoise, and it's one of the most endangered species of tortoise in the world. Despite this, it's managed to retain a remarkable amount of genetic diversity, and we're trying to figure out how that is possible. One of the unique things about using the Pinzon tortoises as a study system is that more than 100 years ago, 86 specimens were collected. And so now, using modern genetic techniques, we can collect genetic information from these museum specimens and compare that to the contemporary population, which will help us better understand the flow of genetic diversity through time.
Evelyn really has it all. She thinks about what she's doing and why she's doing it. I think her research really shows the importance of including genetic information in informing conservation strategies.
On one hand, we're hoping to directly inform conservation of the Galapagos tortoises. On the other hand, we're trying to gain greater insights into how genetic diversity moves through time. It's really gratifying to be recognized for all the research I've done. I've had a lot of wonderful collaborators with every project I've done, and I'm surrounded by so much wonderful research here. To be recognized is really nice.
Evelyn, can you please come forward to receive your award? All right, congratulations, Evelyn. Well done. And now let me invite Cynthia Mathieson back to the podium to present the next award.
Okay, thank you, Phil. Congratulations to all of those individuals selected for special recognition today, and congratulations to every researcher on the shared achievements across our research community. It is really an honor to announce this year's recipient of the Award for Excellence in Research and/or Creative Scholarly Activity, our Researcher of the Year. This is presented each year to a faculty member who has made a significant contribution to research during the time of their appointment at the university. The award consists of a $5,000 prize and recognizes a distinguished record of research, development of an interdisciplinary approach to research, support and guidance for students in research, and a significant contribution to a research community or agency. And every year, when I'm able to do this, I read the CVs of the winners and I think, how can one person have achieved this? It must be a combo CV, but it's not. This year, we are pleased to honor Professor of Engineering and Acting Director of the School of Engineering, Dr. Mina Herfar. And we'll invite Dr. Herfar up in just a moment. Dr. Herfar is a highly accomplished scholar, an exceptional scientist, and a respected mentor and teacher. She has made a significant research contribution in the area of fluidic dynamics, biochemistry, and sensor fabrication. Over the past 10 years, she has created a world-leading interdisciplinary research group on our campus. In her advanced thermofluidic laboratory, research is applied in a wide range of fields, from renewable energy to human health. Dr. Herfar's research has resulted in 60 peer-reviewed journal articles, 98 peer-reviewed conference proceedings, and numerous invited talks. She currently supervises a large group of graduate students and over the past decade has supervised 5 PhD candidates and 9 Master of Applied Science graduates. Over the years, 42 undergraduates have worked in her lab, and many have gone on to win fellowships, such as NSERC Awards for Graduate Studies. This is really remarkable, and especially so when you consider the nature of the research and the need to build a School of Engineering during our 10-year span. She is perhaps best known for her work in understanding water flow and improving water management in proton exchange membrane fluid cell technology in collaboration with pioneering Canadian fuel cell companies like Ballard Power Systems. I felt smarter just saying that paragraph. More recently, in collaborations with colleagues at UC Berkeley, Stanford University, and here at UBCO Okanagan, Dr. Herfar developed biosensors for early detection of circulating tumor cells, characterizing enzymatic reactions, and water quality testing. Her research interests are indeed diverse, and they illustrate her passion for applying engineering skills to improve our quality of life. Let's go to a video story to learn more.
The fact is that every technology around us is shrinking, is going towards getting smaller and smaller. Understanding the microstructures and microfluidic devices and fabrication of them will help us to advance the technology for different applications, ranging from electronics cooling to biomedical devices for diagnostic, as well as the monitoring system for environmental applications. So that is going to advance further our knowledge about what's going on around us with portable devices that are tiny and you can carry around. My research involved the study of the flow in the microstructures, and is a very applied research. It has 3 different themes. Fuel cell is one area, biomedical devices, which are microfluidic microchannels, and then monitoring in environmental application, water quality as well as air quality. The 2 main achievements right now in our lab is a gas sensor implemented in the microfluid devices for detection of the gas leakage along the pipeline, as well as the platform, miniaturized platform for studying the cancer therapy by patterning the cancer cells and studying the drug effect on the cancer cells. Since our research is very applied, and that was the main focus of my study in the past 10 years, we have approached many companies and stakeholders in the area of biomedical devices as well as environmental application and monitoring. And right now we've been very successful to collaborate with 5 world-class companies that they're very interested to advance these sensors to the market. Having that a step and going from just the research into the implementation and market and helping people from our research, that's the biggest step in our research. I wanted to make a difference at UBCO Okanagan. This is like the home to me. If I succeed, UBCO Okanagan will succeed. And I wanted to carry that name. I believe this award will give us that recognition around the world. And that means a lot to me that my research, my student work has been recognized through this award.
Dr. Hurfar, please come up to receive your award. Now it's our tradition to ask the award winner to say a few words.
Wow, I should have talked to Mike about public speaking. I always believe that if you want something so badly, universe will make it happen. And not maybe immediately, definitely not immediately, but eventually. I really wanted this in the past 10 years. But beside that, I think this is not just my award. This is the award recognizing School of Engineering at UBCO Okanagan that we're making a difference. There are lots of people in my professional, personal life that without them, I couldn't make this. And I wanted to start with my husband, Homayun Najaran, who's also my colleague. Thank you so much, Homayun. In the past 20 years, you taught me how to believe in myself. And you always told me I can do it. Without you, I wouldn't be here. You tolerated my moody days, which I have lots of them. And you understand that after working for almost 20 hours per day, how tired I am. And you tolerated me. Thank you very much, Homayun. There is another special person that I wanted to thank, and that's my son, Davin. I brought him to school when he was 3 days old. So he understands the academic environment. And he doesn't complain. He knows mommy has to work very hard. And even after spending the whole night in my office and sometimes sleeping actually on the floor, he wakes up and says, "You're the best mom in the whole world." Thank you so much, Davin. I also wanted to thank a very special person who's not with us, Dr. Spiro Yiannakopoulos. He was my mentor. He guided me through my career. He believed in me. Spiro, I know you're watching from up there, and I know you're proud of me. Thank you so much. I wanted to thank our dean. He came all the way. I know that not waiting for me, but he came all the way. That shows his support. In the past few years, he has supported me and the whole School of Engineering faculty members. Thank you so much, Mark, for being here and always supporting us and talking good things about us. Thank you very much. I wanted to thank our associate dean, Dr. Sadiq Rehan. In the past 3 years, anytime I needed help, I just jumped into your office. You never said me, "No, that's enough, go out." You helped me financially through my research. You gave me guidance, and without you and without nominating me, I wouldn't be here. Thank you very much. And I wanted to thank a few students, my undergrad and grad, some of the students here and some of them at the back. These awards belong to you guys too. Without your working hard, you worked really hard. Those nights that I came to you and said that we have to stay all night and work on something. Without your intelligence, without your being there for me all the time, I wouldn't be able to get this. This is our award, and this is recognition of your work as well. Thank you so much for helping me. I wanted to thank my colleague at the School of Engineering, my collaborators and the staff that they are here. They really helped me, supported me. I wanted to thank my collaborators across the world and the industry partners. Without our industry partners, we wouldn't be able to get what we are here right now. They always put the interesting question in our mind and ask us to go after it, and that's why we are here. Thank you so much, all of you being here and celebrating this moment is very special for me, and I really thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you, Dr. Mathieson, Dr. Hurfar. Thank you very much. What a great research community we have on this campus. It's extraordinary, and it's great to see the community coming together to celebrate these awards. And that is our program for this afternoon.